Check 1 2, mic check 1 2 3, and I think we're live. Hey guys, how you doing? Couple of things to catch up on. I want to look over the latest subscriber flares. There's a Luminalia giveaways you can still claim. Let's just give this a second to load up. Stream just started. Hi chat. And chat is working too. There we go. Anyway guys, welcome to the stream. I know I haven't done live streaming in quite some time. Saw this on Reddit. Well, not this. This is the subscriber paints they gave for some of the motorcycles, which are very cool. I think the blue ones come with the plan I have. Purple one is nice, but which one did I get? This one. I got the Slipstream Racing pack. Not that I have the... Actually, I do have all these vehicles. Oh, okay. That's good. Because I don't usually bother getting paints for these, but that is nice. You got some silver and reds, and you got some purples and other colors over there. Who's in the name? Welcome to the chat. F. Klein. Live stream. Yes, welcome, gents. Good to have you. The Brazilian friend test squad is here. What, is everyone Brazilian? Speaking of, we've got some of those Brazilian cheese balls in the freezer, which have been sitting there for a while. I gotta make those. But you know what? Every time a Brazilian viewer comes in, I have a craving for picanha. I don't know why. Now I'm craving picanha. But here's something you guys don't know about Brazil. Their pizza is awesome. So if you like exotic stuff on your pizza, right? Guilherme, how am I pronouncing that? Guilherme? Tell us about your pizza. Caipirinha all the time. Oh, yeah. What's that warm drink you have? It's got cinnamon in it and cachaça. What's it called? It's awesome. But our old neighbors were Brazilian, and we'd have pizza nights, right? And how it works is you take whatever you have in the fridge and you put it on top of the pizza. Not only that, but then that cheese. What's that cheese called? It's like the cream cheese that you squeeze it on top of everything. Catupiry. Yes, exactly. You're reading my mind. Yeah, I got to find where I can get some of that. That's good. A tuna pizza with peas and the cheese. I know it sounds weird, guys, but trust me, it works. Hello from Argentina. Hey, Gary, what's up? Yeah, congratulations on the soccer win, by the way. My brother-in-law is also from Argentina, and he was celebrating a lot with that. Your handle is Causes. Okay. Now we know. I remember that. But anyway, yes, enough about delicious foods from everywhere in South America. Let's cover some news while we're here, shall we? Okay, so if you guys are subscribers, you should be getting some of these paints. The blue ones is definitely good. But what I want to talk about is this. So if you guys are new, if anyone new watching, and you've recently joined Star Citizen, and we saw in the letter to the chairman, yes, if you're new to Star Citizen and you just joined recently, you can still get this. There was recently an event, this is last month, called Luminalia. Has to do with some in-game lore and stuff. It describes it over there. But if you scroll down, you didn't have to be here at the time, but if you scroll down, this starting... Oh, wait. Is it still claimable? Am I wrong? Uh-oh. Can you still get it? I think you can. All right. So, I'll drop the link for you here. If you guys are new to Star Citizen and you don't have this yet, there is the link. And if you logged into the game, assuming you have an account, you can still claim all that stuff there. So scroll down, you see there's some sweaters, there's some paints. What I grabbed were the I'm not interested too much in the clothing, but the weapons. All right. So on day 7, there's some cool weapons there, and on day 10, you have an SMG, and on day 12, there's a cool knife. So I grabbed those. I don't care much about the other stuff, but that is definitely good to have in your account, because whenever you spawn somewhere in, you can always just grab that without having to go to a store and buy. But you may need... Actually, it comes with a clip. The ammo will have clip... there'll come a clip of ammo inside, but you'll need more ammo for that. But anyway, go in and grab those. I think this is going to be discontinued. What's it? 6th? I think it's still on right now. It should be. Someone go and verify that for me. If you haven't before, just click on any image like that. Once you're in there, copy this code, and it should allow you to basically claim that even though this event was last month. I think this is going off in a couple of days, or maybe even today's the last day for it. So go in there and get that, this last chance, and it's definitely very, very helpful to have weapons on your account. When you spawn in, you might not have anything, so definitely a good stuff there. All right, so that is the free stuff. Go claim it. No, not from me. This comes from CIG directly. Anyone in there can check? Let me know. Post in chat. Let me know how that goes. So, surfing over Reddit, I saw something interesting, which I was not aware of, and I think this could be a mistake. But this guy here apparently claims that you can use the medbay on the 890 wreck.
And you know what's gonna happen, guys?
Who is this guy? The 5-star, that's his name? All right, so here's the deal. You know when you are finding 890 jumper, here we go. He's just stripping the hull from the 890.
Let's take a look-see. Let's take a gander, a proper gander, inside the 890.
So I had no idea this was possible.
We jump up in there. Boom. We have gravity.
But I think this is probably an oversight. I don't see why the medbay would be working on the 890 wreck. I'm assuming it's not supposed to be. So he's going to make his way to the medbay.
So we figured, let's go to the med bed, right? Let's see this.
Honestly, I haven't even gone inside the 890 jump, the wreck.
We laid down in the med bed.
All right.
The med bed fucking works. It healed me. See, it just healed my whole.
Is it supposed to work?
You can't do the treatment for some reason. However, you can set your spawn here to this 890, which I just did. I already did. So we just set our spawn.
Huh. I had no idea.
Now
Medbay is the most durable part. Yeah, I don't see why that should be working though. I mean, it's supposed to be a wreck.
And you know what's gonna happen, guys? Oh, you're about to see what's gonna happen. We wake up in the 890. Boom.
I think that's an oversight.
Hideouts confirmed.
I think it's something that they'll definitely have to.
Pokemon may have done it way back in Gen 3, but now we're doing it right here, right now in the stars.
But more interestingly enough is on the respawn, he gets the undersuit and the helmet.
Gives you a flight suit and helmet, ladies and germs.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't think that's supposed to be in there. I think that there's something there was an oversight. I don't see why there'll be supposed to be anything functional at all in the wreck. But I do expect them to probably fix that. Yeah, there's no way it's supposed to be a working medical bay in a wreck. There's nothing supposed to work unless it's something you can salvage. Is that something for the future, maybe? Internal components? Yeah. Death factor. Definitely for the click. That's all clickbait. I said, here's the free. Can I swear? Here's the free stuff. Guys, if you're here for the clickbait, it's not clickbait. Here's the free stuff. Go to this site. I linked it above there. It's all Luminalia stuff. If you haven't done so already, if you're new, a lot of people have joined recently. Go through. You can click in and claim all of that. It is all free. And if you're only coming in for free stuff, go away. I thought you came for my sparkling personality. Huh? All right, Aaron was late. Let's start from the beginning. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Good to have you join us. So, let's start off with some free giveaways courtesy of CIG by actually going to the page and claiming it. Yeah, honestly, I thought you guys came to hang out, just here for the free stuff. Honestly, you worst friends ever. And then we spoke about pizza and stuff. But anyway, yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, this med-based stuff, I don't expect this to come over. At least 4.0. Nothing in a wreck should be operational. If it is, it should be something that you can salvage. Yeah, who's in name? Let me know if it works still. I know there's supposed to be a time limit. Yeah. If you have a Medbay T3 and you find a T2 in a wreck, you better take us up. Yeah, that'll be cool. If you just, even if it's some kind of component you can find in the bed. and or maybe repair or upgrade something you have by pulling a component from an existing bed somewhere. I can see that being a nice mechanic, but this is not supposed to work this way. I don't expect that CIG will keep that in. Next interesting topic, let's move on, was this. Okay, so posted by Captain Snuggles on Reddit. And how buybacks work right now is if you have a ship in your hangar and you say, you know, I don't really fly this ship, I am going to redeem it or going to melt it for store credit. In Star Citizen, if you're new, we call it melting. So if you melt your ship, you get store credit you can put towards another ship. But that ship you bought initially is going to be in your buybacks. Now, every quarter you get a token which allows you to buy something back from your buybacks, basically. So what this guy did is that he bought back with cash, I believe. He's right. He spent 500. It was a drunk purchase, as is usual in the way we operate here, right? What's up, Bad Monkey? Good to have you. Good to have you join us. So here's the story here, and this is interesting, also important. He went and spent $500 on buybacks from his buyback list using the token. And he goes, you know what? This was a drunken purchase. I don't want any more. And he wants to basically get a refund for it. So CIG refunds him his money. Okay, the reverse transaction, $500 goes back into his credit card or his bank, but the ships that he pulled from his buybacks are no longer there. So if you have a ship in your buyback that you're keeping for some reason, it was a rare sale, it's a ship that you like but not right now, if you buy that back for cash, but then you want a refund, it doesn't go back in your buyback, it is gone. So good to know, because I have some rare ships that I have in there that I think, you know, at some point it's an LTI, I'll get it back. But if you change your mind, you are not getting that ship back. It is gone for good. So don't fall into that trap. That is something which I was not aware of. I don't think anyone's aware of this. Anyone aware of that before? I don't think it's come up anywhere. But that was a deal with that. So I thought that was an interesting post worth discussing there. But speaking about discussions on Reddit, here's an interesting one. So I was looking for this one, and apparently it was deleted. So I don't know why I'm still seeing it. Okay, this post has been removed by the moderators, and the deal here was this guy here named Zach Lan was flying around and got into a bit of PvP with Avenger One. So if you don't know Avenger One, he is a pretty good pilot, PvP focused, and does a lot of instructional videos. Who refunds ships? Circuit guy? You never refunded a ship? Come on, we've all done that. No? Let's move on to this story. This is an interesting story. So you guys know who Avenger One is. Anyone? Well, if you don't, he does a lot of PvP, does a lot of instructional videos. Decent pilot. I don't know if he's the best pilot in the game. I'm sure there's tons of people that may be better than him. But as far as an individual that is good at playing this game and also pretty out there as far as social media goes, I think he's probably leading the pack in that. And he came across another player who was called Zach Lan. And this is during Avenger One stream. And during his stream, can I play this video? Does it work? Oh, it does still work.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel.
I don't know why Reddit says that it's not working. Avenger One. Why, Rurbo, is he not a good pilot?
But yeah, I'll let you get.
I mean, I haven't seen any kind of official stats where he ranks amongst everyone else. But from his footage, obviously, he seems real good. I've never encountered him personally, but I know people have, and he's pretty decent. So anyway, apparently he got into it with this guy. And there was a claim that this guy was cheating, and I think he was banned from his stream.
Video, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Make a video on it.
It's kind of Inception here. We're watching a stream inside a stream inside a stream. I don't think we have to play everything there, but essentially they're engaging in combat, and as Avenger One in his streams, he explains very nicely what he does, he explains what he's doing and why. And he's encountering this guy. Now, Avenger One is in a glaive, which is some serious size 5 weapons there, and the guy, Zach Lan, is in a Scorpius. And he's looking at the way the Scorpius is moving the speeds and goes, this guy's speed hacking. Now, me personally, I don't know if I've come across anyone hacking in this game. Have you guys ever come across hacking? He's a really good pilot, says Robo, but he said pretty good. No, yeah, Robo, do you have official stats on where he lies in the whole community as a whole? Is he the best pilot in the game? I don't have stats on it. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a competition where he's come out number one, or maybe I just haven't paid much attention. But we'll all agree he's a very decent pilot. He's put in the hours. He's definitely put in the hours to get where he is in that. But the issue in this particular video here is he encountered someone that was basically whooping his ass. And he goes, well, this guy must be cheating. And Zach Land said, absolutely not. I am not. So he made an entire long video here of 42 minutes long showing that he was not. And I guess the butthurt was that Avenger One simply said, this guy's cheating, this guy's hacking, there's no ways he's flying this well, or I guess he was looking at the Scorpius and going, there's no way the Scorpius is handling this well, this must be a speed hack. And basically accused him of cheating live in the stream. Zach Land took much offense to this and made this huge video trying to repair his name, which was slandered. Never heard of someone hacking in the PU. Right, so I've come across situations, maybe you have too. Yeah, there's ways to cheat. There's I don't know how it's done exactly. I'm sure if you research, you'll probably find how. But there's hacks which change the mass of your ship. There's hacks which change the capacitor of your lasers so you can fire indefinitely and also increase the speed of your lasers. There was a situation a couple of months ago with me and 4 other pilots. We were flying around and we came across an individual over Jump Town. And we said, okay, let's take him out. And the guy basically pointed his ship at me and I exploded. And then my wingman came and he blew up too. And then the third guy came along, he got blown up too. And my initial thought was, okay, just a good pilot. There's people out there who are just insanely good. But it didn't cross my mind that it was cheating. Now, it may be. And I can understand why Avenger One may think it, because he plays a lot more PvP. And he may come across a lot more, but I can count on one hand the amount of times I come across someone who may be cheating. But in my opinion, is it cheating or is the person really good? It's really tough to tell. In this particular case, I think Zach Land was just piloting very well, and Avenger One came out and said, yeah, this guy's definitely cheating. So there are hacks and exploits, yeah. I'm not sure how it's done exactly, but they do exist. Death Factor, yes. So there is a video out there actually showing a couple of cheats. He shows one about the capacitor in the Ares Ion. The Ares Ion just firing like a laser repeater really fast. That's a cool hack. I'm not sure how it's done, but it is done. And also there's a lot of frustration in the community that exists in the game, because I never knew it exists either. And the question is, how widespread is it? But I guess once the videos come out, enough people get interested that they might actually try to do more of these hacks themselves. Aaron Lane saying, I'm glad to know I'm not a bad pilot. It's exactly right. Aaron, you got it. I'm not a bad pilot either. It's just everyone else around me is hacking all the time. All the time. So Zach Land here, pretty pissed that he's being called out a cheater. I think he was banned from Avenger One stream. Avenger One saying this guy's cheating. And look, that's, if you're not cheating and then you get a streamer out there in front of his entire community saying this guy's a cheat, I can understand. Got pretty pissed off about it. So he made a whole long video about it. Comment section here wasn't too kind to Avenger One either. So let me just say this about Avenger One. Like, I don't want to come out, accusing the guy of cheating in front of the whole community. Jump the gun on that. But apparently a lot of people have had run-ins with him too. And this wasn't a single case of this. Tommy One Foot here was the top post saying A1 often fights to his advantage when he picks him. Well, yes, I think any battle you get into the battle knowing you have the advantage. It's definitely advantageous to you. He's a very skilled pilot, but he vastly underestimates other pilots out there and clearly doesn't like being beat by Scorpius. Yeah, 100% correct. Look, if you are a good pilot, all right, you're Avenger One and you're out there and you look at a ship and it pops right away, and then you look at this ship and it doesn't, can you automatically just default to this guy's cheating? A1 already apologized on his latest video. I haven't seen that Citizen Red. But good on him. Look, for those of you who know Avenger One, and those of you who knew him from his Bombers Bar days in EVE and his Renegade Squadron days, he's a guy that definitely spends a lot of time making mistakes, but also improving himself every time it happens. So, again, a lot of flack he took for this, but I guess another learning opportunity, and nice to hear they make an apology video for it. I haven't seen it yet. But he has taken strides in bettering himself over the years. I think we've all seen it. And so I can appreciate that he's done that. But yeah, still pretty bad thing to do, calling out someone as a cheat. Like I said, I don't know if there's enough of it out there. Abyss saying there's cheats out there. Abyss, have you come across many of them? Nathan saying anyone will take heat for this for a long time. Yeah, look, all PvPers have that mindset. I'm the best, and if you kill me, it must be because you're cheating. It's common. I don't think it's a rare thing. We've seen other games too, so not too much of a surprising thing. This guy's saying, a guy from my org beat him PvP for a contest, and Avenger banned him immediately without giving him the prize, saying he cheated. Okay, so it seems to be an ongoing thing. But look, also, I don't want to be defending Avenger here too much, but it's very, very possible that in all the PvP he does, that more often than not, people who do beat him because they are cheating. I'm not saying every single one, but as I said in the beginning of this, it's also very possible there's just a lot of very good there's people out there that have pixel perfect aim. You see them in other shooters, right? So not only in Star Citizen do you have to have pixel perfect aim with your HOTAS, but you also have to have some strategy in flying, right? But would you call someone who uses a known game issue to his advantage a cheater, like using light fighters to go fast? No. That's not cheating. You got to use everything to your advantage, right? There's a reason why he flies the light fighters. I mean, the faster you can move around, and the worse connection someone has, the more difficult it is to hit you. On Colado, hey Montoya, did you see the flight module that launched in Star Atlas? Doesn't look bad. No, I actually haven't kept up with Star Atlas past week. Is this new from this week? Actually, we'll look at Star Atlas in a sec. It's been a while since I covered anything on them. For those who don't know, Star Atlas is basically a blockchain related game. They're trying to do a play to earn copycat of Star Citizen. A lot to talk about on that, but actually, you know what? That is a segue. Actually, I want to talk about, let's wrap up this topic over here. So anyway, Reddit thread mostly bashing Avenger One, saying this is not unusual. It's very common for him to basically accuse people of cheating if he gets beat. And, benefit of the doubt, it's very possible Avenger One does come across a lot of cheaters in this game, but in this particular case, not Zach, and I think Zach redeemed his name here, and that is all settled. And as I understand from chat, Avenger One made a apology video, so good on him. And still, I guess, in development, right? So before we get to Star Atlas, this was a good one. FTX Atlas. So okay, I don't know if you guys know who CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla is the guy on the left, and the other guy is Logan Paul. I guess it was a year, 2 years ago, when NFTs were hot. Logan Paul wanted to do an NFT scam. Is it an NFT? Everything was hot. Here's the thing. At the time when he was launching this, NFTs were hot. You could basically sell anything as an NFT and it will sell millions. Now, the secret to a good project in NFTs.
$1 million studio.
How long is this video? 7 minutes? That's a lot to get through. So the secret to a successful NFT project isn't the artwork, isn't what it is. This is back when things were hot. If you recall the videos I made on the topic while NFTs were hot, I said this is a bubble. What you're seeing here cannot last. It's not going to last. And you saw what happened. I mean, crypto's down in the dumps now, so yeah, not unexpected. But Logan Paul was launching a crypto project called Crypto Zoo, was it? Where you get the eggs. You buy the egg, and then the egg hatches into some animal. It's going to be an elephant or whatever it is, and then you can take your elephant and take some other animal and merge them together to make something else. And the whole idea was to basically make rare ones, and the more rare it is, here, okay, so here's the egg, right? And boom, you've got some, what was it? A deer, what is that? I didn't see. And you catch another one, okay, it's an elephant. And apparently now that you have these two things, you can merge it in a duck. So you take an elephant and a duck, and you get like an elephant with feathers on it or something. And the more rare your combination is, the more money you're supposed to get for it. But the project kind of tanked. And CoffeeZilla basically came out and said, all right, this was a gigantic scam, and called him out on this. And so Logan Paul's coming out defending himself because the individuals he was involved with were all scammers. And so the whole thing is, if you're surrounding yourself with people who are scammers, now granted, one of the guys, he didn't know was a scammer, but the other guy had a history of scamming, it doesn't look good for Logan Paul. And Logan Paul has threatened CoffeeZilla to take him to court for defamation. Now, can you defame Logan Paul? Can Logan Paul be defamed any more than what he is, right? I don't know if you can. But the stupid thing about threatening lawsuits in this case is, if you're trying to sue about defamation of character, it opens you up for discovery. If CoffeeZilla goes, yes, let's do this, let's have this lawsuit, Logan Paul has to produce a lot more text messages. He has to produce a lot more information, which puts him deeper in the hole. So this entire video he made trying to explain it off.
Truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, Guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
No, it's just a picture.
And surely a real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission?
It was just a weird video. It doesn't do anything to help his case at all. If anything, this should have been a private communication and just done behind the scenes, because Logan Paul is not in a good position on this at all. It doesn't matter what his intentions were. The bottom line of it is, he partnered with people that did bad stuff. He was in it from the very beginning. Now, granted, he didn't sell anything. He put in $100,000, hasn't sold. That's fine. But by his association, it's better for him not to say anything else going forward. So very weird that his any lawyer he's in touch with thought this was a good idea to begin with. I thought that was strange. But great segue into, I guess, Star Atlas, which is trying to do their Star Citizen clone. So let's take a look at this. What have they done? When you say there's that's from December. Is there a video on this somewhere that I should see? January 5th? No. Well, I know the showroom is out. So here's the deal with Star Atlas. And I spoke briefly with Metaverse Explorer. He's the guy that covers a lot of Star Atlas stuff. His main coverage, his main topic for his YouTube channel is covering Star Atlas. And the deal is this. If you are a Star Citizen backer, we've seen how tough it is to make a game, all right? It's millions of dollars. And Star Atlas here, we know, has taken a hit. Star Atlas had a lot of their funds, or at least half of their funds, in FTX. So if you don't even follow crypto very closely, you know that FTX was a large exchange that went under, and Star Atlas was one of the companies, or one of the individuals, a company I guess, that had at least $15 million, that I think they said they lost $50 million, held at FTX, which is now gone. Now, at the time when this happened 3 months ago, or 2 months ago, they said that $15 million they had was half of their runway, meaning they have $15 million with them right now. Now, if $15 million I said is roughly 9 months, let's be generous and say a year of runway. The video I made about this basically said they're in trouble. They need to be raising a lot more money. So what Star Atlas actually did was land claims. You guys remember when Star Citizen sold the land claims? They only lost they raised 100. All right, so on the 180 million they raised in the beginning, all right, when the CEO came out, when Wagner came out and said they only have 15 million left because 15 million was half their runway, that 180 million they had in the first year is burnt. That's gone. It's very possible they spent all that, not all that. I mean, a large part of it went to the founders, and I'm sure it's sitting in their bank account somewhere. But I'm also very sure that a lot of that went to developers, went to the first bunch of contractors that paid very generously, and also all those events they sponsored. How many events have they been to where there's sponsored by this and sponsored by that, and it's them sponsoring also? So 180 million, possible they had that when it started up. Also possible they burnt through 150 million of that already. Maybe not burned through, but moved places where, it doesn't have to be. Also, how much of that was lost in maybe their own token, which, what's it at? Let's go take a look at that. I haven't checked CoinMarketCap. Don't forget that it's very possible they bought a lot of their own token. Star Atlas? Yeah, where are you at? Let's take a look. All right, so, this is where it was, right? In the 14 cents, 15 cents, 19 cents. And that is what's happened since. Let's zoom in a bit closer to just what's happening this year. Nothing but red. Let's go to the last 3 months. So a bit clearer here. Lows around 0.002. Little rally up here to a 50% pop and trending downwards again. It's possible that a portion of that 180 million was in their own token, and when their token does this, that's pretty bad too. Well, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on Colado. What am I wrong about? They raised 5 million last. Yes, well, I haven't discussed that yet. I'm talking about the 50 million they say they lost, and Michael Wagner said there's 50 million left over in the runway. Now, my observation is, if they have 50 million left on their runway, and that's enough for, say, a year, they need to be raising at least $1 million a month or more. So they had land sales, right? We saw the land sales. They made $1 million from the land sales, but they failed to sell any of the large ships, which is a weird thing. They try to sell those Titan ships. So for them to succeed, all they need, and I'm not bashing it, because, it is beautiful. Unreal 5 looks great. And as we've seen in Star Citizen, if you have the money and you have the time, you can do it. So is it possible for them to pull it off? And for that, I will say yes, but to do it, they do need to have income. They have to bring in continual income. And the land claim thing was good, right? What did you say, that they made 5 million? But NFTs are not selling. The ships are not selling. And the main source of income used to be the ships. Now, if they're going to be saying land, all right, maybe this million they made is good, but can they continue doing that? Will people keep on buying it? I don't want to bash it and say no, because look, people who bash Star Citizen were proven wrong, and Star Citizen is doing just fine. But for them to continue selling NFTs or land is tricky, especially when the crypto market is down. No one wants to buy the ships. They raised 5 million in the last month. All right, that's pretty good. I saw they raised 1 million from the land claims. If it's 5 million total, that's excellent. But can they keep doing that? All right. It's a tricky subject because it's subject to also what's happening in the overall crypto market. So if the overall crypto market is down and no one wants to buy stuff, can they keep doing it? Is everyone who spent the 5 million the past month looking to spend another 5 million? It's tricky. So I think it's definitely a challenge for them. And, I don't want to see it fail. It's a very bold project, but there's a couple of problems they have. And one of the problem is obviously continued funding, which is always a question. The other problem is, if they're trying to build anything close to Star Citizen, we've seen the problems that Star Citizen has run into. Most notably, also, the reason why we don't have theaters of war is when you outsource a project somewhere, it's very difficult to control what's happening on there. Also, was it Star Marine which had problems in the past? Who was it that was working on Star Marine in the past? I forget the name. But there were also issues there. So when you work, a reason why Chris Roberts is moving the whole project to Manchester is he wants to have everything under one roof. It's easy to manage that way. Star Atlas, everything is outsourced. Not that it's impossible to make a game by outsourcing it, but you do run into issues. So, yeah, look, they'll have issues. I think funding, if it can continue to come in, it takes one thing off the plate. But creating a game from a CEO who does not have a background in gaming itself, I think it's a tough one. So, look, if they can keep on bringing in funding, and if they can keep on producing something which players actually want, that's the other thing. You can get the best game developer in the world to make a game, but the game might not be fun. So regardless of what they bring in and regardless of what they spit out, if the game itself is not fun at the end of the day, no one's going to play it. No gamers will play it. Yeah, sure, you'll get the NFT bros in there buying the stuff and renting it or whatever they want to do. But if the game is not fun to play, it's not going anywhere. And we've had this in Star Citizen. We had the racetrack. How cool was the racetrack in Star Citizen when that came out, right? The racetrack's awesome. But after you've done the racetrack 10, 20, 30 times, it's not so fun anymore. So it's great that they put out a racetrack here, and they're following the footsteps of Star Citizen exactly. At the end of the day, it's going to be the game loops, the gameplay itself. And if that's not engaging, then hey, it doesn't matter how much money you have. That's the risk for Star Citizen also. But I mean, the difference is in Star Citizen, we're playing it right now. So, I mean, they can try to replicate it, but, there's just a lot of ifs, and it is risky. Between, Star Citizen and Star Atlas, no competition. Like, Star Atlas is the riskiest endeavor I've seen in a very, very long time. Also because they're trying to appeal to the NFT bros, not the gamers. There's a lot of gamers out there which hate. Gamers hate NFTs, all right? The whole idea of play to earn money is something which majority of gamers are strongly opposed to. So will they have enough people even wanting to play this game? Sketch Therapy asking, where's that $165 million? Yeah, well, that's a thing. I had a individual contact me the other week. He claims he was actually an employee for Star Atlas, and that's the question he had. Where is that money gone? And look, I don't think we have to do a big investigation. I think a fair amount probably went to the pockets of the early founders. I wouldn't be surprised if they took, 5, 10, 15 million because, I'm a founder, I'm taking the money. And I think a lot of it also went into basically paying off the early contractors, which were being paid very generously. At the time when this project was taking off, NFTs were hot, and if they wanted someone with some skills, they would pay them. I'm guessing 10, 15, maybe a really top guy getting 20,000 a month. It's not going to be very difficult to burn through 165 million in a year. But again, the receipts, we don't know. And yeah, if it's invested in crypto, if they invested in Sol or their own token, then yeah, didn't work out well. But again, if they did make, I haven't seen the figures, but on Equalado saying they made 5 million in the last month. Double check that for me, because I was pretty sure I saw 1 million in sales. But if they did, then great. But again, they have to do that continually, because at their burn rate, they said 15 million is going to last them a year, all right? So 5 million buys them 3 more months. They have to keep on making that money continually. So if they can keep on making land sales and keep on making ship sales, but no one's buying the ships. A big issue here also is in Star Citizen, if you bought your 890 jump for $1,000, it's still worth $1,000. In Star Atlas, when you buy your ship for $10,000, right now it's worth $100. I'm exaggerating. It's worth $1,000. It went down 90%. There's supply and demand issues. So no one's rushing out to buy a ship because, it's just the value of it fluctuates so much. It's not a good investment right now. I don't think like receipts are a big investigation. Look, I don't know how serious the backers are about asking where the money. Maybe someone knows where the money is and it's gone to places that are more legit. I mean, I know a lot of people call it a scam, but if it was a scam, they would have taken the money and run a long time ago already. There's no reason to stretch it out this long and develop all of this and spend so much money developing the showroom and hiring people to do all of this when, they could simply take the money and run. So that's why I don't call it a scam. I think the game will have challenges. I think they will have big issues, especially when it comes to actual gameplay itself. But as for how it looks, it's awesome. People go, it looks awesome. And it is, in fact, and I give them credit for this, it is the best looking Web3 blockchain related game that has been made. They are leading the field in that. So if there's something nice to say about Star Atlas, it's that they're definitely pushing the boundaries for Web3 related. Not that there's anything blockchain about the game itself other than the crypto token tied to it. So that's the story on Star Atlas. Yeah. Any other topics you guys want to cover while we're here? I wasn't going to talk about that today, but good topic. I'm fascinated. But look, I think it's fascinating. It's new, it's different, and the challenges they face are far greater than anything Star Citizen had ever faced. That's a tough one. Maybe they laundered it. Hey, look, I don't know. Eventually, very impressed with the last big video, Earth 2. Is Earth 2 still a thing? Zark made an awesome video. Yeah. What do you make? You want to post it? But fascinating time. Definitely a lot of chickens coming home to roost in the world of crypto. Logan Paul, surprising issue there. A guy that doesn't need to do a crypto scam, like he's worth millions already. I don't understand why he wanted to push his crypto scam on his own viewers, which also called him out. Now you can't see dislikes, but there was someone who showed a dislike on this video. I guess some tool which shows that, and there was like over 250,000 dislikes to his apology video, which he does a lot. And as for Star Atlas, look, we'll see. I think it's fascinating, but definitely a lot of challenges coming their way. What's up, strong boy? You got to see Zark's new video of Does Machinima. Yeah, Zark does a good job. I like his stuff. Test Squadron was included in his last Christmas video, I believe, or some event. Don't know if you post your Machinima reactions. No, I don't do reactions to... Should I do reactions to Machinima? It's just me watching it going, this is Machinima. Is that interesting to anyone? Anyway, guys, any other interesting topics? Let's see how this one did. What was it? 124 comments. Oh, here we go. Avenger One. What do you say? Thank you for showing your side of the fight. I appreciate the analysis. I was convinced, and I made convinced something was going on, but all things in life, if you go based on feeling alone, you get in trouble. That's right. Facts don't care about your feelings in Star Citizen. If CIG took a look and was cleared. Oh, he also reported the guy to CIG. That's right. I know we're looping back to this topic, but I didn't see there was a follow-up here. And your scope never went over 15 Gs, then it's just Star Citizen means Star Citizen. So you're saying, okay, there could have been some kind of bug which caused your ship to go more than 15 Gs. There are hacks out there, what I saw with the rubber banding from you. Maybe question, so he saw rubber banding? I guess maybe. I am not posting any videos on this since I have a good reference from a video to ease my mind. Honestly, I'm very glad it turned out this way. Let the crowd say their piece. But that being said, I'm willing to change in the face of new information. Good flying. If you like another fight, I'm not using snowball cannon. Where's the apology for saying you're a cheater? Okay, he goes, yo, sorry I called you a cheater anyway. But he didn't say that. Why not? And I guess less Kath appreciating and acknowledging the shout out there. Oh, here we go. Dude called you a cheater to his everyone watching. Called you names, had to recreate this, and then you just wag your tail for speaking. Okay. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, he's right. If you're in a stream and you straight up calling another guy a cheater and then you report them to Star Citizen, can we say, hey, my bad. I was wrong. Sorry. You know, and I guess that's what they're saying. That's what I just said when I saw it. It goes, where's the apology? It wasn't an apology. Just saying, good flying. Let's do it again. But look, I like I said, you know, Avenger One is an individual that runs into the issues a lot, and he's always worked hard at improving himself. So I'll give him credit there. But yeah, I mean, just saying, hey, sorry for reporting you. Guess it wasn't right. Would have been just as good on that, right? There's no problem with you not answering. Let's see if you're going to talk about. On equality, we've moved on from Star Atlas. I'm not a Star Atlas channel. You know, I'll talk about it in passing, but it's not what fills up my interest for the day. I have no interest in playing the game because I play Star Citizen. I'm interested in crypto, and I'm interested in space games, and Star Atlas is both of those, so it's interesting to me. But I really have very little interest, and I don't put any more time of my day into thinking about it that you want me to talk about it for a couple more hours. So I'm not sure why you're saying I'm not answering your message. If you're going to talk for Star Atlas, you should inform yourself better. I've informed myself pretty well about all the information I need to know. And what I need to know is for them to make the game that they are saying they want to make, they're going to run into a lot of issues. So don't tell me that I'm uninformed. If you're looking Star Atlas with stars in your eyes, think it's going to be amazing, you are the person that needs to inform yourself better. Because I know from my experience in seeing the development of Star Citizen what it takes. And I don't know if Star Atlas, I know. Star Atlas doesn't have the skill of the level of game devs that Star Citizen has. So no, sir, you are the one needs to be better informed. And I think I'm pretty well informed on what I need to know on the topic. All I need to know is how much money did they make this month? What's their burn rate? All right? If you know what their burn rate is, tell me. And if you can tell me what their balance sheet looks like and where they are financially, I will give you my opinion on that. My opinion right now is they will be in financial trouble. If they cannot get $5 million a month or whatever the burn rate is to make up for that, they will be in massive trouble. Not only that, but when the game comes out, if it's a bad game, they are in trouble. Inform yourself, sir. Zark makes me happy. No, Zark is great. Look, there's going to be a lot of machinima in Star Citizen. Like when they first made the face cam, everyone thought, okay, why do we need this? It's stupid. Like, do you have to see my lips talking in the game when I do that? And look, with all the machinima coming through, it's awesome. And I think Zark being one of the early adopters, he's doing a great job with that too. No, we're not moving on sketch. We're going back to it again. Now, I get that a lot. I mean, I know it sucks when you're critical about someone's game. And we've had this in Star Citizen. How many times have I talked about all these different journalists who bash Star Citizen, and I explain why you're bashing it. You know, it's not fun when people bash a game you like, and I get a lot of flack from Star Atlas backers. Well, they're not backers; they're investors. Star Atlas investors saying, "How dare you? Can't you see how beautiful the graphics are?" But I don't give a about the graphics of the game, because if your game sucks, it doesn't matter how pretty it is. It doesn't matter how great the resolution is, or it doesn't matter how pretty the ship model is. If the game is bad, the game is bad. Salty Mike thinks, CIG haven't started constructive work on server meshing. Do you agree? Actually, you know what? There was a great Reddit post explaining server meshing. You know, I'm not the expert on this. Here it is. This was explained nicely. Is this it? Let's find it. Yeah, this was it. All right. So when it comes to server meshing, you know, I've watched all the same videos you guys have. And look, a lot of it's over my head. I understand the words they're saying, but honestly, I don't work in the field. I don't work with servers. It makes a lot more sense to people in the field. And this explains it well here, all right? I don't understand server mesh and explain it as if I was 5. So here we go. Everyone's on a playground. I'll read this to you because this really boils it down to like as simple as possible, all right? bunch of people sitting in the playground. Static server meshing assigns a server per area. So there'll be one server for the swing, one server for the picnic tables, one server for basketball courts, one server for tennis courts. Dynamic server meshing makes server based upon demand. So the problem with this model here is if we're all sitting at the picnic table and there's one person at the basketball courts, does there need to be one server for a basketball court, and say there's no one at the tennis courts, does need to be a server for the tennis courts? That's what static server meshing is at the moment. They need to fix this, so they're having dynamic server meshing. And that means that if we're all sitting at the picnic area, there'll be 7 servers hosting the picnic area. And there'll be one server for this area and that. Okay, you get the idea? So let's say the birthday parties all end at the same time. Everyone goes to the swings and people moving around this park now. What happens? Okay, so now because there's less people at the picnic area, the servers spin down. Now there's only one server that caters now to the picnic area, but servers spin up for the swings, the tennis courts, and the basketball courts because there's more people there. Then later in the day, everyone goes home, it winds down, everything spins down again. So I think this was a wonderful explanation of how it works, but it's really bare bones and very simple because, I mean, it does get more complicated than that. Right now at 3.18, they talk about the replication layer a lot, and it's not even its final form. And if you can see this diagram, which explains it rather well, but again, I understand what they're showing me, but I can't tell you the specifics of exactly what's happening or how far they are on this. So, I mean, Salty Mike claiming they've done less work. Where was it? I hope Star Atlas gets... I missed your post. So Salty Mike was saying what? Where was it? Anicolado, holy crap, but just drop it, man. Like, why are you so obsessed? Tell me what misinformation I have said on that topic. You can message me later. I'd love to know the misinformation because everything I said is what I've observed. Right? So, So on topic of what have they actually done for this. Look, 3.18. This is when the replication layer is coming in. And there's a lot of information on that itself. But again, this isn't my area of expertise. And for me to understand the topic, this is the picture. This is what I understand. I understand the replication layer is important. Because the game server is tied to it. And I understand persistent entity streaming is important. But again, I'm of the class of content creators that really need this particular topic dumbed down for me a lot to understand exactly where they are. The problem is what they're doing, and I guess what Salty Mike was referring to, is what they're working on is nothing that's visible to us. Like, we don't see any change in anything. Well, I mean, persistent anti-streaming and having like ships soft death and hang around, yeah, that we've seen. But I mean, it's one small piece of what's happening. Look at 3.18 and go into 4.0, which is slated for Q4 of this year, which we all know just means 2024. But essentially, from our first example here, right, where we were looking how the servers spin up and cater certain times. So there's different game servers. The game server is tied to the replication layer, which is then tied to the client, which is very different from the model we see in 3.17, which is what the live is at right now. So the idea is, I mean, right now, I guess the easiest way to explain this also is if the game server goes down, if you look at 3.17 on the top there, the game server goes down, it means you go down. But in 4.0, if a single game server goes down, there's other servers who spin up to replace it. And so that is one of the benefits of that. But again, I think it's a complicated topic. And to claim that CIG has not done anything or not done enough, if you work at CIG and you reach out to me and say, yeah, we haven't done anything, I'll believe you. But for Salty Mike to go, they haven't done anything, he doesn't know what's happening. He's got the same contacts I have. He speaks to the same people I do. So I can't claim how much I've done or not done on this topic itself. But I do believe, they're working as fast as they can on this. And everyone over in Manchester is putting the time in to make it happen as quickly as possible. Trueteller, I love Montoya videos, thank you. But it's true, I don't like hate towards Star Atlas. They're trying a different thing. With respect. Yeah, look, Trueteller, I've said that too. I'm not saying I've never said it's a scam. And I've never bashed them. I actually praise them for doing what they are doing, what they're trying to do. But I'm saying there's a massive risk built in there, because ask any Star Citizen backer the troubles that Star Citizen has had in making just what we have right now. I'm showing you this complicated image. You can't tell me, all right, that hiring, if Star Atlas runs into financial problems, they have the financial means to hire enough devs to make what's happening here. Not going to happen. It's very difficult. But anyway, onwards. Enough of that topic. Look, it's honest. As I said, it's not something I dwell upon a lot. I think it's a fascinating topic. I follow what they do, but it's not taking up a majority of my day. And if you are back off Star Atlas, good luck. Hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Same in Star Citizen, we need this to work. Otherwise, the game will suck very badly. So there's always inherent risk. And if me talking about risk offends you, then that's the problem with you then. To gunk up the stream even more, what's your favorite Leisure Suit Larry game? Well, it's got to be... Was it the first one? What was the first one? I had the Apple IIe. And to... Oh, you're just... Nostalgia. We're totally off topic. To get into Leisure Suit Larry, you had to answer some questions. Right? And to get the answers to the questions, I had to go to the World Book. This is way off topic, but thanks to the nostalgia. Yeah, so the first Leisure Suit Larry was... I was too young to understand exactly what was happening in the game, but I thought the game was hilarious, and getting logged into the game itself was a treat. Remember that? Yeah. Oh, the BedBananas. Damn. So...
Set the stage for you, Lemon.
This was cool. If you guys don't know, BedBananas, I think once a year he makes a Star Citizen. Well, it was at least a year since the previous one he made.
My name is a plastic pistol. Patchwipe took
And huge channel. He makes great videos.
Still, it's
And to have a large YouTuber like him, and not so much now. There's a lot of YouTubers which cover the Star Citizen now, but when he first made this, a lot of people were going like, "Why are you doing? Like, why are you following Star Citizen?" But obviously, it turns out Star Citizen has turned out to be quite a success, and having BedBananas, how many views on this so far? 1 million views. All right, so it's YouTubers like BedBananas here.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. There's a production facility called Jump Town. Creates this stuff called maize.
Yeah,
It's worth its weight in gold.
have you guys seen this?
Those who control the flow.
What's up, the
can
doc?
make millions. Usually large orgs take it over and lock it down tight. But I think with the right team, we can get in there, take our cut of the pie. You in?
Of course I'm in.
All right.
You know what?
It was a great video.
You take the trend. I'm going to take another way.
If you guys haven't seen it, I'm going to play the whole thing. It's long. It's long. I mean, there's action. Can we skip some action scenes? So I don't know how much it was scripted, how much of they planned, but they definitely run into some very interesting events. Look how beautiful that looks. And as we saw on the chairman's letter, part of the reason why we see so many people funding Star Citizen, not whales, but newcomers to the game, it comes from this. 1 million people watch this. Let's say 0.1% of the people watching this go, holy cow, this is cool, I want to back this. That's why they pull in 5-10 million a month. But awesome video. Recommend a watch if you got some time to kill. I think it's 40 minutes long, and they have a lot of fun in Jump Town. Multiple ships, multiple fights. Very nicely done. Give it a look if you want. I do recommend. Citizen Red. Sorry, been delayed. One thing I wanted to ask you is if the possibility of Star Atlas actually change. Oh, back to Star. Oh my, guys, this is not a Star Atlas stream. Is there a possibility of Star Atlas actually changing to a non-crypto based game? Absolutely not, Citizen Red. The whole premise for Star Atlas is selling NFTs to fund the game, right? The ships are the NFTs. So you're buying the JPEG of the ship. That is supposed to increase or decrease the value depending on demand. So again, if the game itself is good, then the NFT you bought should rise in value. I know a good friend of the channel, Griffin Gaming, bought that $20 bike, which is now worth $3. So the price fluctuates, and not in a good direction in his case. So no, they'll never move away from being an NFT game. That's what they sold. That's why people have backed it. People back it not because it's an amazing game or it will be an amazing game. We don't know, and I'm skeptical about the ability to make a game. But no, they won't change from being an NFT-based game. That's what they are. The more people defend Star Atlas, the more... But here's the thing. You don't need to defend it. You don't need to, because we can see with our own eyes how it's doing. Because it's on the blockchain, all right, we can see exactly how much has come in every month. And if month after month they keep on bringing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million, then yes, they have a shot. If they can't bring in the funding, they will run out of contractors. They won't be able to afford the Spearsoft, which is the studio they're paying. I believe they paid them ahead already for a certain amount of work. And if they can't pay contractors, then the game stalls. And if the game stalls, then that's when the trouble is. So nothing to defend. I mean, it's all out there on the blockchain. It's all visible to everyone. So as long as money comes in, as long as they keep on developing, there's a shot. But even when that happens, as I just said before, in case you missed it, the game still has to be fun. And the problem is NFT bros don't care about a game being fun. What they care about is the value of the NFT going up. So as long as your NFT goes up, who cares about the gameplay? There's a lot of issues here. There's a lot of issues. But we'll see. Remember how hard the Elite Dangerous people used to defend before they quit? That reminds me. Yeah, but look, Elite Dangerous is a great game. The problem with Elite Dangerous is, like all games, they age, right? There'll be the diehards who play it forever, like EVE Online. There's still diehards still play it. EVE is still a great game. But as you grow up as a person, as your tastes change, sometimes you also want a different game, right? So, I mean, I don't have a problem with people defending a game they like. That's fine. I think Elite Dangerous is an awesome game. I think EVE Online is an awesome game. But people move along and they want something new. Defend and quit reminds me of why you can't tell people like it. Yeah. Stop bringing up Star Atlas. You know, I had Metaverse Explorer wanted me to come on his channel and talk about it. So when we do that, I guess I have a lot more to say. But look, I think I'm being very fair. And for people to come, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, how about you don't know what you're talking about? I think anyone who's backed Star Citizen has unwillingly learned a lot more about game development than I want to. Right? Elite Dangerous, great game. Yeah, look, Jaybird Max. There's different people who like different things. Okay? What was that game? No Man's Sky. I know people who love No Man's Sky. And I've watched people stream No Man's Sky. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. And I bought No Man's Sky. And I jumped in the game for 2 hours. And I just didn't like it. It felt arcade. Nothing wrong with being arcadey. But I guess maybe Star Citizen has spoiled me, right? I didn't like the game mechanics. I didn't like what the game was about. And then I just got a refund. It's like one of the only games I've ever refunded, No Man's Sky. Now, there's people who absolutely love the game. That's fine. And there's people who still play the game. That's fine. That's not for everyone. So, I mean, feel free to bash what you like. I mean, feel free. But, I mean, saying like Elite Dangerous is a great game. I got 20 hours and you got bored. Yeah. There's people who jumped in, they did a cargo run, go, this game is stupid, I don't like it, and that's it. But there's people who love Star Atlas. Elite Dangerous. For me personally, Elite Dangerous, I've got a couple hundred hours in. I love the game. I love the exploration part of it. I thought it was very relaxing. It's not for everyone. But I like the VR in Elite Dangerous. No other space game comes close to the VR experience that you get in Elite Dangerous. And that is something I hope that one day we see in Star Citizen. The day that Star Citizen becomes VR friendly or VR capable, you know, they talk about the metaverse a lot. That's it. Chris Roberts is essentially building the metaverse. It's this alternate universe. It has its own economy, it has a currency. You live in a house, you have a ship, you go to different places. Star Citizen is largely ignored, I guess, unknown when it comes to VR metaverse type games, but when they do make Star Citizen VR friendly, that's it. I love Star Citizen. Tell me more about it. Well, nay idea. Well, this is basically it. Here's a game called Star Citizen, and you shoot things. That's pretty cool, actually. Is he going to hit it?
Ship overhead.
That'll be a one-shot kill. Oh, he hit it! Can you do it again?
Fire at Araxa, Crispy?
Yes, he's nailing it. Okay, like, why is that Redeemer not moving? Because if you're taking hits, you go to evasive maneuvers immediately.
It's gonna shoot back.
Hit again?
One more shot should take him out.
Hit again?
Oh, surprising. I thought the Nova tank would have
Gonna missile it.
taken it up by now.
It's too high up.
Because the Redeemer's pretty survivable.
The turret's broken.
But this is the kind of emergent gameplay I love. Like, you just go out doing stuff, and before you know it, you engage in a battle you didn't think would happen.
Shot. One coming.
Hit it with another one.
There's another one called...
Have I thought about streaming on Twitch? Yeah, I've got a Twitch channel I haven't used. Well, YouTube is my main channel, right? So, do you guys prefer Twitch? Honestly, I have no preference. Doesn't make a difference to me. But just because my channel is on YouTube, our main community is YouTube related.
I might go down from this.
He just bailed from the tank.
Ships, but I'm out of missiles.
I'm in, Captain. I'm in, Captain.
I can get you.
Me and Crispy are on the ground.
That's the thing about Star Citizen.
Chasing the tank.
The criticism of it taking long, I know it sucks, but
Redeemer and the other ship that
I mean, a situation like this, right? They're in a tank, they're taking fire, they jump out the tank.
I'm slipping down the hill.
All right.
I'm gonna pull us into a safer
Now I think the tank gets blown up here, but the adventure continues. It's just you never know when you log in what's going to happen that session. So here we go. I think the guy's going to blow up his tank.
Let's lay low.
Yeah, get over here.
Alright, I'm gonna have to bring in the ballista towards the facility.
Aslot saying left Star Citizen to have VR to work at the box. Yeah, look, there's a lot to happen in Star Citizen to make VR work.
I'm just gonna move in and try to kill
We know there's a couple of devs at CIG who are very into VR and do want to see VR come to Star Citizen, but it's on the back burner. It's something which they don't really think about, but should the day come when they can do it, I know they'll definitely try. I mean, I understand why. There's no reason to push for it. I mean, how many of you have... I've been a VR early adopter since day one. I've always got whatever is out there on my desk, and I use it pretty regularly. But it hasn't hit mass market yet. It's not there. You need low priced, below $500. You need 4K per eye. You need Wi-Fi 6 capable to stream directly from your PC onto your VR headset. It's not there. It's close. It's close. I think in the next 2 or 3 years, we'll see some very early versions of what will be the final form of VR come our way, but very expensive. So once it comes down enough in price. But Star Citizen in VR, I'll be living in it, man.
Yeah, I think that is bright enough. His stats are definitely an A2.
Take care, Sketch. Thanks for dropping in. Twitch compression is arse. YouTube is better. Yeah, look. If you guys prefer Twitch, we can do that too. But I just... It was easy enough just to fire up my YouTube channel. But anyway, 12:30 my time. I'm West Coast. Looks like it's around lunch. But thanks for dropping in, guys. I appreciate it. I think we covered some interesting topics. We got to bash Star Atlas a bit. Just leave it there. And I want to try and make the streams more of a regular thing on Fridays, around the same time here. But, I'll do a poll later on. I'll see if you guys want to do it Twitch or YouTube. Same thing to me. Doesn't make a difference. Sketch saying Twitch is the circle of hell. Really? Do you prefer you? Does anyone prefer YouTube?
Very low damage.
Aslot saying is a recent Quest 2 owner. Love playing VR. Messing with the bitrate. Yeah, Aslot, one day when it comes soon, you'll just slip on your VR and it'll say, do you want standalone or do you want to link to your PC? Click a button, everything will just be done automatically for you. That's where it's going. Yeah, playing around with bit rates and getting the Wi-Fi to work, it's a big headache right now. But that's changing. It'll change soon. I want the day to come where, we're playing this and you know what? I want to jump to VR. Put this on, my screen goes black, VR comes straight to your headset, and you just keep on playing the game. And you can switch between pancake mode and VR. I mean, that's all doable. It's doable right now. Again, Elite Dangerous. amazing VR experience, and we see it'll come. But I want to say 2 years, but more realistically, 3 to 5 years out before I actually see it come that way. You prefer YouTube? I don't see much of a difference. I mean, is it the community on Twitch? Like, what is it about Twitch you don't like? YouTube better? Oh, I missed that. What blew up? Oh, the ship.
H2's back. Run, Lemon. Yeah, get some distance. Move. I almost feel bad for him.
Yeah, good video there. Now I'm getting entranced by it.
I was watching two guys running the cargo operation and then...
But with that, guys, let's sign off. I'm starving. My stomach's making noises. But let's start off again next Friday. Same time, same place, right? Thanks for jumping in, guys. If you enjoy my content or watching other people's content, watching me watching their content, and if you enjoy bashing Star Atlas, don't forget to subscribe. Like my video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. Take care. And signing off now.